So people talk about big sweeps. I'll show you a big sweep.
A little bit.
It's 500 metres on there. 500 metres of proper nets, which is all going out from 40 acres. Who knows if we'll catch anything, but we'll give it a good go. Yeah, so that's 500 metres. Goes out to near where the swan is, to the island, out and round, back in there. Keeps busy for a few hours. Five empty net bins there. Net full of fish. We're going to move over the other lake. And over in yonder distance. Oh shit. Can't see that. Another 500 metre sweep, but that doesn't, can't really see that very well over there. So what I always like to do is keep the net as wide as possible for as long as possible. You see people and they get it into a tight swim and they pull so much net into a tight area that you're limiting the room for error, if you like. Obviously the wider it is, the more space the fish have got, they're going to take the net on less all the time you're doing that. So obviously we're going to land it in there, but we've pulled 100 in already on each side. And then this other 100's going to come in here and then just wing it round at the last minute and get the last 100 in there. So it's still it's 250 metres left. So we've pulled half the net in. It's quite shallow out there. You can actually see the bottom. It's quite weedy too. So don't know what we're going to catch. We'll see. Main issue with snags is, oh, I'm out in a boat so I can see exactly what's down there, but I love all the cover, the foliage, etc. The fish love it obviously, but my main problem with it has always been the fact that your average angler is casting over here not really knowing what it's like. They'll hook a fish, they won't be fishing adequately, normally they won't be clipped up tight, and even if they are, you know, from here to that swim over there where the boys are, it's a long way. So straight away, obviously you hook anything, it's going in there and you're going to lose it a lot of the time. And all lakes like this, you know, a lot of fish get hooked obviously because that's where the fish want to be or choose to be for certain times, but you're going to lose a lot of them. And then unfortunately we're the people who have to go in there when we're clearing up stuff like this, or we find carcasses, and it's just bad angling. So from a fishery management point of view, you've got to get that shit out, because is it worth losing a 30-pound fish or a 20-pound fish or whatever, you know? Is it worth it? In my opinion, no, it's not. You know, and you can leave the canopy if you want and just go and clear under the water. That's the sensible thing to do. and get it so you can actually cast in there safely. Because what's the point of having them there if it could potentially cost you the biggest fish in the lake, which we do see happen. It does happen more often than you think. And like I say, as an angler, you don't really get to see a lot of this, but we're out there looking at these places, and when you have to get in and find carcasses, it's a horrible, horrible thing, and it's always attached to a bloody carp rig. And you know, people have different rules for different waters, and that's fair enough, whatever people see fit, but it's a case of just making it safe for fishing, for your stock. You know, what's the point of having all this under the water? Because it's potentially, if you look down there, look, and without a doubt, if we picked all this up now, there'd be rigs around it. This is a nice syndicate lake, so there's not terrible amounts of, it's not like a day ticket is. It's just, well, you know really, just from the trees, there's no spom hanging up. There's actually one round the corner. But yeah, day tickets and snags, unbelievable. Just the sheer volume of snagged fish and line and stuff under there. It's like Christmas tree, you know, and it's not on, in my opinion. I think you've got to get it out. The fish still go under there. It's like when we did it at Horseshoe. Anglers start moaning and saying, oh, they won't go in there. Well, obviously, if you reline it with plants, they're back in there in days, you know. And you can leave a canopy if you want. But it's like when people say about the summer, oh, you know, it's the water's low. Well, use that time. Use that time if your lake's low to go in and do this sort of work. You can leave a lot of it, but you want it safe so that fish can swim under there. Some people go, oh yeah, but the challenge, the hunter-gatherer, the challenge. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, fish are expensive. And, you know, you're up against it anyway with the climate and with predation. So the least you can do is make their habitat safe as possible for fishing. Yeah, there's lots you can do.